Hey there, friends. It's Pastor Derek, and I'm looking at today's Bible verse with today's daily dose of hope. And I think this one's probably really important in our world today. Actually, they're all really important, but this one just kind of spoke to me this morning as I look outside my window and I see the sun shining and peeking through some of the high level clouds. I start to wonder what it would be like if we started to see God in everything. Psalm 67 is where we're going to land today. So let me read this one to you. It's a small psalm, it's a short psalm. And so I want to read this one to you. May God be gracious to us and bless us and make his face shine upon us, that your way may be known on earth, your saving power among all nations. Let all the peoples praise you, O God. Let all the peoples praise you. Let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for you judge the peoples with equity and guide the nations upon earth. Let the peoples praise you, O God. Let all the peoples praise you. The earth has yielded its increase. God, our God, shall bless us. God shall bless us. Let all the ends of the earth fear him. You know, there's a lot of praise happening in that. Let all the peoples praise him. As I think about what's going on in our world and what's going on in our lives as followers of Christ, I start to wonder, is there something bigger happening here than just a virus or a debate regarding justice or injustice? Did this stuff surprise God? I don't think so. Actually, I know it didn't, because the God I serve is not a God who's surprised by anything. And so what's the bigger issue? Why would God allow certain things like this to happen? Well, I think part of it is what we talked about on Sunday in worship, and that was the idea that you can't see a rainbow until you've been through the storm. And I think a lot of times what God is doing is he's allowing us to go through the storm. Not alone, not by any means. We've got one another, but we also have him with us. And so God allows us to trek through the storms of life so that on the other side of the storm, we can see the promise. The promise, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. The promise that says, I have blessed you with an everlasting blessing. The promise that says that I have blessed you, now be a blessing to others. The promise that says, I have overcome the world. The promise that God not only has sent his son to redeem the world, but will send his son back to gather his people to be by his side. So today, may God be gracious to us and bless us and make his face shine upon us. As I look outside and see the sun shining, peeking through the clouds, shining through the window behind me, I start to think, what would it look like if I saw the shining face of God everywhere I looked? Not only in creation through the sun and the moon and the stars, the trees and the animals, but also through the faces of the people around me. What if I saw the people around me as people for whom Christ died? What if I saw the people, even the ones with whom I disagree? What if I saw them as God's children instead of my enemies? Maybe that's our daily dose of hope today. Open your eyes and see that Christ is around you, that God has blessed you, and that his face is shining on you. And sometimes it shines on you through the face of your neighbor. All right, that's it. That's all I've got today. Have a wonderful day, and that's your daily dose of hope for today. Be well, my friends.